obviously not as planned. We wanted to win this fight. We prepared extraordinary. There's not one bit I can look back and say we did that wrong. As my coach Anton said, clean tail. It was a clean tail, and I've got to give credit to my team. My coach Anton put in a lot of work, a lot of months. Ramon came in as well the last few weeks, and my father, manager Jim Kambosos, behind the scenes, incredible work. My promoter, Lou DeBella, DeBella Entertainment. Everything was perfect. And everything was perfect in the first few rounds. You know, we did very good. We stuck to the game plan. And then, unfortunately, the fight started to change. I remember, I think around 4 or 5, he did catch me with a bit of a shot in the back of the side of the equilibrium. Kind of did buzz me and started to change things around in the fight game. So, you know, I stepped to the best. Like I said in the ring, I'm a mould of the old school, the Arturo Gaddis, the Mickey Wards, and I'm a blood and guts warrior. You know, I leave it all on the line. I didn't want to get stopped. I wanted to get back up, but ref and obviously my father, you know, always look after, you know, the fighter. And, you know, I've got a family, I've got 3 kids, and, you know, I've got to go back to them and show them that Dad's still here, Dad's still healthy. And, you know, Kambosos is a good talker, so we don't want to be slurring our words. Lomachenko, what can I say? True champion, a legend of this sport, one of the best amateurs of all time, one of the best fighters in history, and he deserved his moment tonight. He deserved the belts. You know, it is what it is, but again, I'm proud of, you know, Kambosos and a guy from Sydney, Australia, you know, with, you know, 100 amateur fights, you know, went over and took over the world and became undisputed, won all the belts, and then went straight to the deep and fought the best of the best. And again, we picked up another belt and we went, okay, Lomachenko, let's make this fight happen. And you can ask Lou, myself and my father, pushing so hard for that fight. And it shows the kind of warrior I am, kind of mentality I have. And every round, you know, in that fight, the team kept asking, you okay, you good? I'm a warrior, keep going.
That's probably George's problem.
Until I couldn't give any more. But it's okay. Live to fight another day, and we'll see what's next. But for now, you know, I'm proud to sell out another beautiful stadium, and we've done so much, you know, for Australian boxing, and you know, it's not finished yet. Any questions? Or maybe I gave everything there.
Was he what you expected in there,
At the start, a perfect game plan. Body, that was the game plan. Break the body down, landing beautiful body shots. Then when he kind of started picking up the timing and he landed some good shots, I still felt good. I still felt very strong. I felt like I was hitting with him hard shots and starting to slow him down. Being told that, you know, the sides were getting raw, and, you know, the red marks were making effect. And then, yeah, like I said, he did catch a nice shot, you know, back of that equilibrium shot, and you know, shows the warrior I am. Got a little bit buzzed, but kept fighting on. But it did change the fight a little bit. It did change my momentum, and he started picking up on that momentum and my timing. Then I pushed hard in the mid rounds. I think 7, 8.
Yeah.
We still landed some good shots. We started getting our timing. We started faking a lot more and making him hesitate. But then he picked up on it again, and that's a guy who's had so many, you know, amateur fights and 16, 17 world title fights. Well, this was, you know, my 5th, you know, in a row. So it is what it is. You know, of course my pride is hurt. I never want to be stopped. But you know, we went out against, you know, one of the all-time greats, future Hall of Fame and future Hall of Famer, and you know, I'm still here. Kambosos is still alive, still, you know, battling on.
When Loma's on his game, when he's at his pinnacle. And I think tonight you saw one of the great performances. Even now at this stage of his career, one of the best performances of his career. There's a reason they call him the Matrix. His movement and the angles are just almost impossible to prepare for. You could try to bring in people of the same style. You could try to replicate things in sparring. But until you're in that ring with him, I mean, just tonight, some of the ways he moves, some of the angles he gave, I don't have any idea how anybody could deal with it. There's a reason why he had the amateur and pro career he's had so far, because he is tremendous talent.
And I think we did show a lot of the game plans where he did make them angles and the movements slid out and try to mirror him, but, you know, then he started to catch on, and, you know, as he would step, instead of me firing off, he was firing off some shots. But a lot of them, you know, caught well too. So, you know, it's a fight game. You know,
at the end of the day, there's no excuses. Like I said, we can't turn around and fault anything we did. Coach Anton and Ramon, obviously, and myself, we pretty much sat and watched all the sparring, and obviously we knew the game plan. We flew in guys from Russia, Venezuela, New Zealand, some sharp amateurs. So we can't fault one thing that we did, but once again, we were so confident we can beat Lomachenko at his own game, and the guys that we used, basically 400 amateur fights in Russia, same style as Lomachenko, 2.0, Artur when we brought him out, and the other guys, and that's why we're so confident. It's just unfortunately, like you said, George, you get in that ring under those bright lights and everything's going okay, then something changes and Lomachenko goes a gear, another gear, and he starts to hunt you down a little bit more, and George has come back to that corner and he's just saying, I'm a warrior, I'm going to keep going. I said, George, yes, we understand you're a warrior, mate, but at the end of the day, the warrior doesn't sit in the middle of the ring and just go toe to toe. That warrior's got to, you know, execute the game plan as well. But I know George just loves the blood and guts. But the simple thing is I wasn't going to let my boy get hurt. And I could see with that shot, I was just about to throw the towel, and the referee kind of just called it at the same time as I threw it. And the most important thing is he's healthy and he gets to live, you know, fight another day, and he can go to his children and hug them. And the thing is, we brought a spectacle like this to Perth, sold out arena. I was just told that we've topped the UFC's record, so we hold the record now for the biggest attendance at the RAC. And I've got to give a lot of credit to DeBella Entertainment and Lou DeBella, who we've been working with since 2018. And we've had a lot of highs, and we obviously had the lows, but this is a high as far as I'm concerned, because it's Lomachenko in Australia. No one ever thought we'd do that.
And also, I'm grateful to Jim and to Anton, the corner. You know, one of the most important, I've been in the sport a long time, and I've seen too much damage to too many fighters. And when you took the first shot to put you down, would have killed most people, and I don't know how you got up, and I really don't know how you got up. And I was sort of thinking to myself, I really hope, because I saw you also sort of going for the towel as you were.
Yeah.
And I had that Gary mentality straight away in my head.
No, you would have kept going until you couldn't. But you know what? You want to work with people that understand that the fighter's life, their well-being, their health is paramount. It's more important than anything, right? I mean, if you make money and you become some kind of a legend, but you leave without your marbles and you can't enjoy your children and your family, then what's the point of it? Yeah. So, I mean, I was very grateful that there was a responsible corner and management that did the right thing for the fighter.
And like I said, George is such a true warrior. The first thing when we jumped in that ring, when it was all, the referee had stopped, the towel had gone in, he just said to me, I hate getting stopped. You know, I never thought I'd get stopped in my career. I'll go 12 rounds and lose, but, you know, getting stopped, it's, you know, I'm disappointed. And that's what he was saying. He was more disappointed about getting stopped in the 11th rather than basically going to the judges and obviously not getting the result. So that's the kind of guy he is.
But one thing you could be damn sure of, a Spartan warrior goes down on his shield.
Oh.
Goes out on his shield. And tonight, you know, you should be proud of the fact you went out on your shield.
And I'm just proud of the two guys that are there, Anton Kurushin and Ramon Matthews. And Anton, I know you're probably thinking, well, what went wrong? Nothing went wrong. At the end of the day, everything was right. It's just when the fighter's in that ring, and you've got the opponent, and we all can do what and say what we can, and you're doing all the instructions, and Ramon, because you're the lead trainers, George is in there and trying to execute it, and it's not happening. That's just boxing. That's the way boxing goes.
I've got to give credit to especially, obviously, Ramon coming over, but Anton, how we met and, you know, what we were able to do, you know, in the training camps, the two training camps, you know, you put your life on hold, and I appreciate it.